passing gas. That's right, passing gas. You know, like bunker blasts and letting the frippins out. Air biscuits. All that hilarious stuff. You know, passing gas is pretty funny after all. I mean, admit it. I mean, I bet when people lean over and rip one, I bet you laugh so hard that your face falls off. I mean, that's how funny it is. That's how funny it is. But now, the thing about passing gas here is, now I've got another big story. I got another big story here, kind of like the spectacle thing. You remember the spectacle episode? Yeah, you remember this. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This. Yeah, remember that? Or how about the one where I talked about the guards at CPH sitting around and watching Sesame Street all day? Well, this is another story about the guards at CPH. First, I gotta find a prop. Now, there's a guard at CPH who talked about passing gas. And this was funny. He was this real goofy guy. He's this real tall guy with helmet hair and a goatee. I mean, he had helmet hair because this was 1990 after all. So he had big helmet hair. He was real tall, helmet hair. He was goofy. But I'm gonna get my prop because we're talking about helmet hair again. Okay, since we're talking about helmet hair, I had to get the bedpan out of its rightful storage space. But this, now see, here's how the guard with helmet hair acted about people passing gas. There's one evening he gathered us all together. So we're supposed to have like community, which is where we were supposed to report things and rat each other out and that type of stuff. Because this was a cult after all. But anyway, one of the guards, he says, now you'd think he'd use community to talk about something important, but he didn't. Instead, he starts off, this is funny too, because just imagine, he's like a real tall guy with helmet hair and a goatee. He says, there's one thing I'd like to talk about tonight, and that's the problems with he says that's the people passing gas. Now, and that's really all I mean, at that point, people were just starting to snicker a little bit. People were like, because it was funny the way he said it, because it took you by surprise when he mentioned it. You know, it really took me by surprise when he said it. He says that's the people passing gas. Except he was kind of frowning. He was like this. He was like this. And that's the people passing gas. Now, people should go to the restroom. Go to the bathroom. Because it stinks. Farts stink. Life is so rough because farts stink. I'm gonna cry because farts stink. Farts aren't supposed to do that. It's not fair. Why do farts stink? Big mean farts are scaring me by stinking. But that's how it was. That's what it was like. Except I don't actually remember anything he said after the part where he said, the people passing gas. Yeah, he wasted all that time on something. He could have been talking about something important. Instead, he talks about that. Am I even recording here? I sure hope so. Ah, yeah. Instead, he talks about that. So, now, but the thing is, nobody was going to own up to it, even if they did. It's like the family circus. It's like the not me. You know how in a Family Circus comic strips they have the little not me gremlin, like that walks away like, who broke the cookie jar? Not me. And you see the little not me gremlin walking away. You remember that? You remember Family Circus used to have that? It's like, and I can just picture having a strip that says, who farted? Not me. And the little not me, like that little ghostly gremlin, the little not me walking away. With a big cloud coming out of his butt. A big fart cloud coming out of his butt. And another one was, I don't know. Like, who farted? Not me. Or, I don't know. That was another gremlin they had in the Family Circus. But that was, that's just what life is like. Now, so he talked about the people passing gas, but at least usually when there were other quote community meetings like that, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean, community, what was that supposed to, why do they call it that, and what was it supposed to mean in regard to what was it actually discussed at the meetings? Usually the guards would talk about something more important, like clogging up toilets, because somebody kept clogging up the toilets there, and the guards would complain about that every night. And there was one night, one of the guards said, he says, I hope you don't have to talk about the toilets again. What a big whiner. If he doesn't like talking about toilets, why the hell does he talk about them? Does he see toilets in his mind wherever he looks? Does he have some sort of hallucination disorder induced by some weird drug that he's taken that makes him see toilets everywhere? Like, oh, it's a toilet. It's another toilet. A big toilet. A little toilet. A humongous toilet. It's attacking me. Get these toilets away from me. He says, I really hope we don't have to talk about toilets tonight. Then don't talk about them. Talk about something else, like the people passing gas. Because, I mean, both of them are funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're both pretty funny topics. But that didn't necessarily mean they were important. At least not in that context. I mean, they were funny, but not necessarily important. We could talk about something serious, just as long as it was important. So that was really just a waste of time. They were good at wasting time there, those guards. I mean, they wasted a lot of ours mostly. I mean, they didn't really waste any of theirs. They just wasted ours. I mean, it's always easier to waste other people's time. Just like how it's easier for big banks to waste other people's money by getting bailouts. So that's the rule in the land of the big banks and the CPH guards. The people passing gas. And you wonder if he really didn't actually think it was funny. I mean, it didn't look like he was about to burst into laughter. It looked like he was mad, but maybe deep down he was thinking it was funny. But he's thinking, well, he's probably thinking, well, I get paid to lecture people about passing gas, so I guess I'd better do my job. So who knows? He might be watching this video right now and thinking, hey, I remember when I said that back in 1990, how funny that was. So that's the story of the people who passed gas.